they're gonna come right into us, basically.
If you're wondering why we don't film on crazy weather days,
Stuff we've learned over the many nautical miles. Looper rendezvous. Our talk was success.
Bill, you're a very special friend to be helping someone with boat projects. Not your boat. A very special
boat
friend.
that's sitting in
One
your
can
boat
never
slip.
have enough joy.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning. We were enjoying, or about to enjoy, some farewell breakfast with Mom. Having some pancakes, but it looks like this boat is dragging in the anchorage right to us. And they have a giant mast, basically that they stepped a little bit, which would come right into our windows. So I think we're gonna move. And I'm pretty sure this boat's abandoned. I already blasted the horn and they said nothing, but they're swinging back and forth. They're gonna come right into us, basically. What do you think, move?
Yep, move, let's do it.
A little bit of excitement, eh, Mama?
Well, not the excitement that I want.
Yeah. We're just coming up basically to the side of this boat and then gonna drop it ahead of it, so that way it just drags past. Because this is where the winds are coming out all day. Alright.
Pretty cool. What a great experience.
What do you think?
It was a great experience. Good job on getting away from that boat.
Cousin in over here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think I would have been less concerned, although still concerned, if their mast was normally up, because, you know, it's just a small sailboat. Like, it's not, you just put a fender out and you'll be fine. But with the mast at an angle, that's really not good. If it hits you in a window, it's gonna crack your window. That'll be really annoying. We don't need more boat projects. Whew. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Now we're about to have our nice pancake breakfast on a Sunday morning.
I feel like this is a good scenario to reiterate our rule about boats dragging. Boats are always dragging the second time you think they're dragging. Look at it once, is it dragging? I don't know. If you still question it the second time, it's dragging. It's really hard to tell. It's like a slow death. So, all right, good job, Ollie.
Now we're safe again.
Thanks for letting us know.
She didn't let us know.
Who let us know?
You mean the deck swab?
The deck swab? We have like 2 or 3 footers in our anchorage, so it's really not that big of a body of water, but it's 16 blowing almost 30, so it's really rough today, unfortunately. We have a schedule, so we have to move today, and you never have a schedule on a boat, but we have a schedule. We're taking Mom out. They're actually all in the dinghy now, so I need to get out there, and hopefully it's not too wet of a dinghy ride. All right, everybody hang on.
Holy Toledo.
This is our roughest dinghy ride in a very long time.
I think this might be one of my roughest dinghy rides ever.
I think your roughest dinghy ride was first.
Oh, the one by myself?
North Carolina.
Oh yeah, with Gwenny.
You're like, woo! That was hilarious. Okay, we live on a boat. You can let me live on a boat. You know?
Yeah, you have to house.
Expected, yeah. That's why I'm.
Good job, babe. Good job.
Whoa! We're in Gulfport! I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. We're all getting, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, soaked. Okay, okay. There you go, babe. Oh, there's a sailboat. Okay. If you're wondering why we don't film on crazy weather days, it's because we typically don't do anything on crazy weather days. We just stay on the boat and get work done. And we also normally just pick a super protected anchorage. Not this.
It's okay. Not out of this direction though. And we have a schedule. Oh god.
So it's not exactly our ideal conditions, but that's okay. Just real life on Show and Joe, including Ollie's butt in my face. But you know, keeping it real.
Frequency contact.
Safety first.
You ready to go for a cruise?
You ready?
I'm ready. How are you feeling about this?
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, we don't normally cruise on days like today.
No, intentionally we don't, because I get very anxious.
I mean, we were listening to the radio and a boat.
There's a capsized boat.
Yeah.
And Boat US or Towboat US or whatever
It's helping
is
a different
addressing.
boat.
Well, no, I thought they were addressing that one.
They're helping a different boat that needs help.
A lot of boats need help today.
So they're heading only basically 4 nautical miles today, and the only reason that we're traveling today, even though we do have a schedule, is because the route is protected. And what I mean by that is right now where we are is the worst part of the route, theoretically. So we're gonna go over to the windward shore and get out of the swell before we kind of head parallel to it, so we don't really have swell on the beam. That's the plan, at least, so we'll see how it goes. Vamonos, let's weigh anchor.
It's been removed. Forward. Forward. Okay, forward.
I'm honestly pretty sad that we have this schedule and need to leave today, not only because the weather is really bad, but because Gulfport was such a cool town. Like, it completely blew our expectations out of the water. It was very bohemian and very much like a artistic, like, small town here. We didn't vlog yesterday, we just spent the day with my mom, and like there was a volleyball league going on. We had an amazing like brunch, and then in the evening we walked around just like a couple of the streets and we saw 9 live bands and sometimes just an artist, and it was just really cool, just really local, and not a lot of chains, any chains that I saw, but it was just really a really cool stop, and it's just super artsy and fun, just fun to explore and happen upon. This is like the prime example of windward and leeward, especially if you have any confusion about how big of a difference it makes.
I just have a big ball finger, that's it.
We were anchored not even a mile, maybe like a half a mile on the other side of this bay, and we had 2 or 3 foot waves. So if we went broadside in it and had 2 or 3 foot waves on the beam, it'd be very, very uncomfortable. So just the other side of this Boca Bay, we have no swell. We still have the wind, you can still see the flag moving, but we have no swell. And so this is the windward side because the wind is coming from the sun. So this is the way to cruise, and basically by making sure I routed us beeline here and then hitting us on the beam, it's just a much more comfortable ride. Just stuff we've learned over the many, many, many nautical miles.
I'm so grateful that Elliot chose our cruising route or manually like adjusted the cruising route for today, because I don't feel the waves at all. And it was like 2 foot waves in the anchorage. On anchor, it's fine, like you're pointed into the direction of the wind, you feel kind of rhythm, but then as soon as it gets onto the beam, it changes it completely. And he made sure that we didn't have any beam cruising today. So, very grateful.
Bueno.
Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome. And we're cruising inside because even though it's sunny and warm, it's just a lot more rocky and rolly upstairs because you're higher. So, nice and it's more comfortable down here today. Turn this last corner, this is the biggest unknown of today because I don't know if there's land that's going to protect us from the fetch while we turn into a canal. It looks okay so far. Let's see. Looks okay. Now we are staying at a friend's house. So you guys have seen before, so we're not going to film exactly where we're going because that would just be rude. But we have made it to this very protected canal, and that's like basically the end of our cruise minus docking, which docking is going to be challenging with this wind, at least you don't have swell. So, right here! Woo!
Thanks, Captain.
Thanks, First Mate, Admiral, Wifey, just kidding, fiance. Are you happy to be at our friend's house? Not sure if we explained where we're at or who we're seeing, but we are actually at Bill and Margie's house, and if you remember way back to the vlog in Delaware City, we rafted right next to Crustacean, their boat, and then we did the Atlantic part with them, and a little bit of the Erie. It was just a lot of really good time. It was really some of our favorite buddy boats of the loop. And they left their boat up in Winter Harbor off of the Erie Canal to basically stage the loop into 2 years because they did the Rideau and the Triangle Loop, which was pretty cool. And so their dock is open. And tomorrow is the Looperpalooza that we've been emailing in our email list a lot. And so we're excited to see some of y'all there. We're giving our talk on anchoring again. It's pretty well received after the last Looper Rendezvous, so round 2. And this is where we're gonna leave the boat. What are you up to, babe?
I am cleaning, one by one, our blinds because they are covered with mildew.
Eek. Eek, eek.
Yeah, and I think what it was is that whenever we were coming down the rivers, there was a ton of moisture in the boat because it was so cold out. And I haven't had to do this since like last winter, so I think it's a winter thing. Comment in the comments below about mold and mildew, I guess. I don't know.
So what are you using to get rid of it?
So I'm using vinegar. So I have a vinegar, somewhat diluted, it's pretty much vinegar, a vinegar spray, and some like tea tree oil to like get rid of the mildew. So hopefully this will help us sleep better at night.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
We had a fantastic time at the Looper Rendezvous. Our talk was a success, and it seemed like a lot of people enjoyed it, and most importantly, learned stuff from it. It always makes us happy, and we got to meet so many of you guys, which was also just an added benefit. Fort Meyers, you could definitely tell the destruction from the hurricane still. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it's really tough to see. But we are back in paradise on Pivot, and I'm gonna do a boat project. It's basically taking apart our forward windows and completely rebedding them because we have leaks. This window and then the far one on the other side. And I have my lovely supervisor on the dock. Thank you, Ollie. And the Admiral is preparing groceries and dinner.
Yeah. We're having guests tonight.
Woo. You may be wondering, why are you doing this now? You are close to crossing your wake. And we were just thinking about it. We don't know when we're gonna be at a dock again because Florida prices are very much above our budget for marinas. So we'd have to do it at anchor, and we have 10 days. Well, now it actually says 40% in 7 days. We have 7 days to do this. So
Of zero rain.
Of zero rain. So my thought process is I'll try it with one window, see how it goes. If it goes smoothly, I'll just do the second window because we need to do both on the sides. And if it doesn't go smoothly, then at least we're close to a hardware store, and then the second window I can plan when we have more time. I just got some sage advice from Bill, and he said that he really wouldn't recommend taking off the edges, which is probably what a lot of you guys are thinking watching this video like 2 seconds ago. But he said it's going to be really hard to get off the trim, which I knew it was going to be hard, but he said it would be too hard, and especially at the top trim piece, because there's not a lot of, you know, room to get it off, and we're going to use a multi-tool for it. But I'm all for simple, and what we want to do is prevent this from leaking, and there is a huge gap at the bottom of these windows, so we'll just fill in the huge gap, play it by ear, and see how that does. I can always remove these later, but if I remove it and I break the trim, that's going to be just a whole heck of a bigger thing than I'm looking for this project. Now I'm basically going to clear out all of the gunk at the bottom, prep the surface, and seal it. Add some caulk. See the gap here? I almost put my finger through it. So we're going to clear that out. Yeah. Alright, well folks, dinner was great. We are continuing the job of sealing our forward windows. I've basically taken out all of the gunk from the port side forward window. Now I'm going to work on the starboard side, and then hopefully in a few hours I will tape it off and reseal. Now it's super hard to see, but you can kind of see, like, if you look down you can see a little bit of sealing in there, but really not much. So we're going to basically refill it kind of here. The idea being it's going to look like this window a little bit, which I assume the previous owner resealed at some point. It's this bead of white caulking there. So I think it'll look good. Most importantly, it will not be leaking. Pulled out. Just, I don't know, quite a bit. Very degraded with sun damage and all that. Don't know what kind of sealing it was, but either didn't last up or it's just time for it to be reapplied. Today we have a special guest. Bill is helping me finish the job with his expertise, and it's going to be a big help. Thanks, Bill. So. We are testing, blowing out all these little chunks of old dry coolant with an air compressor. Works smarter, not harder. Good idea, Bill. Start up here.
I'm thinking if you start up here and work this way, then we can see how good we're doing before we get to the more visible part.
I like the way your thought process is. So start up here.
Yeah, and much bigger.
Bill, you're a very special friend to be helping someone with boat projects. Not your boat. A very special
boat
friend.
that's sitting in
One
your
can
boat
never
slip.
have enough joy.
What did you say earlier? There's nothing like working on a boat.
Well, what's the quote? The quote is, Oh shoot, it's from a famous book. There's nothing ever so much, nothing, I can't remember.
That was the first thing to go.
Yeah. Yeah, let it come out like that. That's good. And then you know it's going in.
And I have plenty of this stuff. I think I have maybe.
Well, I get that 1, 2, 3. A lot more than we need. Oh, see, we got it edged now. It's not dead though. If you can get this. No.
Nice job. I feel like our windows look real legit now.
They do.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Holy cow, that looks good. Give you the close up. Hot diggity dog. I'm really happy that we went through this approach because we're not looking for perfection on pivot. And I don't, you know, we're not trying to spend, we don't have actually the time to spend hours and hours and hours and days doing new trim in case they break the trim. What we want to do is prevent the leaks and have a good looking boat too. And I think this satisfies both of those things. Time will tell if the leak is fixed. I think it is. This is the most apparent source of the leak. So this will have solved something. If there's more leaks, obviously you have to take care of those as they come up. So good, because we're basically like 2 weeks from finishing the loop, and we have a lot of people that we're planning to spend time with, and by having no leaks there, I'm now going to be able to redo the headboards and reattach them to the ceiling, and then that cabin's like actually a nice cabin again. Like I still need to fix the wood on the port side over there, but like no leaks, no, you know, stains, and it's just going to be a game changer, an absolute game changer. So thank you, Bill, for helping out. Next task is get rid of all this epoxy, which is what I use to basically, you can see where it was leaking, and that's what happened. I'm gonna get rid of this epoxy and then reconnect it. Oh. That's why I used the glasses. Came and hit me right in the eye.
So you're protected.
Yeah.
Work too long.
It's been a long time since I did this. It'll kick faster and it'll get really thick as it gets longer. It all like just evaporates into the epoxy.
Right.
Eventually.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, now do you wanna... Oh, that's the board sticking out. I thought the vinyl came off.
Yeah, it looks good.
Is this a moving picture?
Yeah, it's a video.
Woo!
Great job, team.
That was the first time we high-fived.
Tonight for dinner we are having tacos. So this is just whoops. There's just one of the tacos. It's black bean tacos with tomatoes, Mexican cheese, some pickled onions, and kind of a slaw, which I did kind of new. It's like a Mexican slaw with like 2 types of cabbage and then a bunch of spices, and it looks good so far. Trying to eat this quickly because Bill and Margie are having a campfire and we want to go enjoy it with them.
With that, it's the end of our time here in Terra Verde, St. Pete area. We had a lot of fun. It was actually quite a long time in days. I think about 10 days from Looperpalooza. We went to downtown St. Pete, had dinner with my sister and her boyfriend, and we met Butch from Aquaculture. He has a YouTube channel, and we got to see his boat. His engine room was insane, and he had a really, really well-maintained boat. It was awesome getting to meet him and getting to know him because we'd been chatting online, and he gave us a lot of recommendations for this area on Instagram a while back. So we're excited to keep moving, and this will be our last big stop before we finish the loop. We do have a lot of really cool anchorages coming up and cool destinations on the way to Marathon that we're really looking forward to doing. So it starts with tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm so grateful. Ollie, off!
I just size it to where the bit is the same size as the shank.
I'm learning how to undo bunks from wood
On YouTube.
on the YouTube. One screw done!
Yay!
50 more to do!
Is it really 50?
No, but there's a lot. Angel of Terra Verde.
And then when you have a problem with this job, you can go, oh, cock.
Oh, cock.
Ooh, that was not good, was it?
I think it was good.
Was it okay?
I think it was good.